Hello and welcome to the first 3-string cigar box guitar lesson of 2023. So hope you had a great start to the year, and we're finally here, and we're here with an absolute classic, probably the most iconic blues riff of all time. It is of course Hoochie Coochie Man by Muddy Waters, and great riff, fairly easy to play, so winning combination. I reckon this one's good for beginners and blues enthusiasts alike. So the original was recorded and released in 1954, so quite a while ago, and it was in the key of A. Now, I've got some fairly new strings on here. I'm in G-D-G, so I've done it in this tuning. And so if you did want to play along with the song, what you would do is you would fit a set of strings and you would go to D-A-D tuning, and then every single riff and chord that we're looking at today is going to fit perfectly along with the track. But let's tune up using this current set. So we have G, low G, middle D, and high G. Okay, so if you do want to play along with the track, you can download a completely free song chart, so a PDF song chart from the website. So there's a link in the text description below or in the box above there somewhere. And I reckon that's about it. Let's just get straight on with learning the riff. So here is the riff. Okay. We're tuned to G-D-G, but the blues, this song's actually in D, the version that we're doing here. Now that's because the riff steps up into the what we call the root note. So because we're in D, that middle string is our strongest sounding note and not the two G's as normal. And the riff goes bom 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 bom. It steps up into the strong note. So we want some lower notes so that we can actually play it. So we're going to go from fret 2 to fret 5, fret 2 to fret 5 again, and then finish on the middle string. So obviously these are on the lowest, low G. So it's 2, 5, 2, 5, open, middle D. That is it. Great, simple, sounds ace. The only one thing you want to think about is that it's actually got a blues shuffle. It's got a swung rhythm to it. So that means that we've got, instead of an even sound, we've got that uneven, long, short, long, short. We've got that groove going all the way through the entire song. We can fit, if we want to play fast notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we can fit triplets, we can fit 3 notes into each beat, which is exactly what happens for this riff. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So starting from fret 5, that's a triplet, 5, 2, 5, that's the frets. So what that means is we're coming in just on the off beat here, and we're coming in after beat 3, in between beats 3 and 4. So if I count it, it sounds like this. It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And so it means that the strong D note, the one we're aiming for, we're sort of stepping up to it, that is on beat 1. So there's 4 notes before we hit beat 1. And that's just how the riff goes. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'll go a little bit slower, and let's try from this angle. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. That goes round 3 times for the intro, and then when he starts singing it's another 8 times. Okay, now it's a standard blues form, that the whole chord sequence, the song, but we're quite used to playing like a 12-bar blues. This one, because he goes round this riff 8 times in the verse, he then hits the chorus, which is when it changes to a G for 2 bars, then it goes to a B, a D, and then it goes to an A, G, and then turn around. So that's another 8 bars. So it's actually a 16-bar blues, but that's only because he's doing like a call and response thing with the riff and the vocals for 8 times in the verse. Okay, and then to build it into the chorus on the 8th time, what you can do is you can do a little build on this chord here. So because we're in the key of D, this is an open D power chord. So open D and then fret 2 on the 2 D strings. So I'm going to go into that this time. D, 2, 3, 4. There's that shuffle rhythm again. 1 and long, short, long, short, long, short, G. We'll do that in a minute. So I'll just show you that from this angle just one more time. So there's the main riff. Then this time, D, 2, 3, 4. There's various things you can do, like palm muting and like clipping the notes and stuff, but because we're keeping this as like a sort of beginner level tune, I'm not going to worry about any of that. So just play the notes in the right sequence and you know, get the rhythm right, and it'll sound fantastic. So for the chorus, after that build, we're onto a G, which can just be the open strings, and we can hit those twice, and then we've got a little riff off that, which is 3 to 4 on the bass string, and then because I've played the bass string, I'm going to try and do a strum on the top 2 strings instead of all 3, but it doesn't matter if you hit all 3 again. So it's strum all 3 twice, 3 to 4 as a single note bass run, top 2 open, and then I'm going to push down fret 2 on that middle string. I'm going to try and bridge it round, so as in curl round, so I'm not catching string the high G with my first finger. Then you get that sound, playing that one and the open G underneath. So it's full chord, single notes, 3, 4, and then a couple of strings there, open again, fret 2 and open, and back to open. That's the riff. Now that completely has the shuffle to it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. All right. And then you go to D. And there's no sort of gaps, there's no call and response here in the chorus, so we want to just keep that riff going, and you know, let's use open strings wherever possible. So we'll use the open D and we'll go for fret 2 here, and we'll play that twice. This time we're going to play frets 3 and 4 on the middle D string. I'm going to use fingers 2 and 3 again. So fret 3, fret 4, back to that chord, play it 2 more times, so I'm holding that fret 2 on all the way through, and I can finish off by adding fret 4 on the top string. I'm still just strumming these two, not hitting this one, because that's the wrong note for this D chord. So play that and go back again. So that's chord, middle string, fret 3 and 4 for the little riff, bass riff, chord again, and then fret 4 and back to fret 2. So that stayed on fret 2 all the time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, do it twice. Okay, so from the start of the chorus, we've got 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, fret 2, just the top 2 strings, fret 4 to 2, just the top 2 strings. Okay, and then we're on to the last chord, which is A, and that is a bar at fret 2. So what we need to do there is get the thumb halfway down the back of the neck, roll off onto the side of that first finger, get dead close to the fret. It's quite tough at fret 2 to bar, and then get quite a lot of the nail sticking out above the string. All right, let's come back to this angle. So there's a bar, quite straight, in line with the fret. If you're set up for slide playing, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I'm about the distance between fret 1 and the open string, the bass string is about 1 mil here, the underneath of the open string. I can play slide on this as well. If it's just for fretted playing, you can go lower than that. You can go to 1/2 mil, and you want to be somewhere around 2 mil, 2 or 3 at fret 12. So particularly down here, any higher than 1 mil in between the top of the fret and the underneath of the string, it's going to be a nightmare. So make sure your guitar's set up correctly. But that is a bar on the A, and we're just doing the classic bluesy, adding this middle note in 2 frets higher. So you can use your 3rd finger, use your 4th finger, doesn't particularly matter. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're adding this on 2 and 4. It comes straight off on the offbeat again, so you're only on it for 1 strum. So it's 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Same on the G. This time we're going to be adding in fret 2 on top of the open G. Particularly matter which finger, you can just use finger 1, finger 2, doesn't really matter. So you've got A, open, we've got that shuffle carrying on all the way through. I'm mostly using downstrokes here, works quite nicely, but again you can use down and ups. It's not particularly important. The main thing, it's the same with the riff at the beginning, the picking direction is not that important. The main thing is get the timing right and get obviously the sequence of notes right. Once you've done those 2 bars, we're going to do a turnaround. Now I went up to fret 7 and fret 7 on the 2 Gs. It's probably a little bit tricky, that, so let's just go up to pinky finger fret 7 on the high G, and then just try and strum 2 strings here, and you're going to do a little ascending turnaround. So that's from fret 7, fret 4 on the middle string, and I'm going to play that middle string, and I'm going to keep playing this in between. So it's 4, so high 7, 5, high 7, 6. Now it wants to go higher, doesn't it? But instead of doing that, I'm going to go back down and land on that A, that fret 2 bar again. So I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. And you straight back into the riff again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Let's try all of that last 4 bars from this angle. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 strings only, 4, 5, 6, back to A, and then back to the riff again. So I'm only going to do 2 strums. After this ascending turnaround, I'm only going to do 2 strums here, because remember the riff's got to come in early, so it's like A, riff. And you do the whole lot again. It's right back to the start of the verse, and another 8 times, and then back to the chorus. And he just does all of that 3 times. And right at the end, the last thing he does is still does the turnaround. So we've got A. So the last chorus, A to D, or A to D. So you could go to that open D from the A and go to the open D power chord, or you can go right up to fret 7, just move that bar up if you prefer that. So I'll just play a tiny bit of that and you can see how it all fits together. So 1, 2, 3. Now it should be 8 of these. I'm only going to do 4, 2, 3. Right, this is coming to the last one. Build it on D, and then chorus G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. D. 1, 2, 3. To A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Turn around. 2, 3, 4. A. And back to the riff. Alright, so that's about it. Hope you enjoy learning that one. Like I said, it's fairly easy, so hopefully it's manageable for most people, and great to play on 3 strings. Translates really well onto one of these. And if you're interested in having a look at some PDF chord charts, so it'll help you to learn and remember some of the chord shapes we're looking at here, and also various of the songs we've looked at in previous videos, and many more to come this year and beyond, then you can download those from the website. So there's a link, and it's a great general reference sheet. But we're off now, and we will be back very soon with a fantastic classic rock tune on 3 strings here on Coda Guitar.